Hey there everybody, I am Drak.
And I'm Shadow.
And this is our playthrough of the original Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. We are now in the Labyrinth Zone, number 4 of 6. And quite frankly, the zone that gave the most gamers the most nightmares.
Without a doubt.
Alright. And I promise to people, I am not slowing down footage. This is normally how Sonic moves. Gotta love that blast processing, huh? He just moves absolutely fast. I can't keep track of him at all. Can you, Alex?
No, he's just a blur on screen.
Man, he really earned that name, Blue Blur.
Oh, we just heard the drowning music for a brief moment. The nightmare fuel at its finest.
The song that traumatized millions of elementary school kids at the time.
Yes. Well, as we mentioned, Sonic is quite sluggish in the water. A lot of this was due to Sonic Team's inability to research. They thought that hedgehogs couldn't swim. Yeah, let's turn the volume down a little, I guess.
Yeah, please ignore Alex's not paying attention. I am just lowering the audio because it's blasting our ears out! Alright.
It was a little loud. Okay.
And so what were you saying before, Alex?
The fact Sonic is so slow and sinks it like a stone in water is because Sonic Team thought that hedgehogs couldn't swim.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense now, doesn't it? And we're off to a great start. Okay, here we go again.
Okay, take 2, I guess. Hey, look, it's the prototype grounder.
Well, at least Scratch isn't in the game. There we go. So yeah, the underwater mechanics kind of bite. They frustrate me. Just because it's also the underwater breathing, which feels a little off, especially considering it's a platforming character and you will spend a lot of time underwater. And strangely enough, this problem never really got fixed. I don't even think in Sonic 4 and Generations, I think you still have the same underwater issue.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just been the staple of the franchise to have Sonic slow and sink like a stone. I guess it does give you a pretty decent challenge, and definitely gives a challenge to the gamers.
And yet Tails retains his immortality and forever growing youth.
Except in Sonic 4. Oh, that's only two-player co-op in Sonic 4. Tails is no longer invincible. He dies.
Really?
Yeah, he dies, you die.
Oh, that's okay.
That's
yeah.
2-player mode only, thank goodness, but I thought that bites.
Well, did they make it like in Sonic 3 where you can actually just play as Tails, or are you kind of restricted in that regard?
You're restricted. Yeah, no Tails alone mode. And
see, that was actually kind of a handy tool during Sonic 3, is that you could play as Sonic, you could play as Tails, and if you had the Knuckles pack, you could play as Knuckles. Just them. You didn't have to have Sonic and Tails teamed up, so you could kind of go it alone, which was kind of the message of the first Sonic game, if I'm remembering correctly, is that Sonic could just do it on his own.
I don't know about if that really was the message. I mean, sure that Sonic is alone in this game, but this was the first of it, the series, and the firsts are always the experimental ones. It's always when they're starting to find their ground.
Yeah, and then you figure out what you are lacking and you fix it. Kind of like with Sonic 2, how they added in Tails, because they felt Sonic needed a sidekick like Mario had Luigi. And yes, I'm going to continue to make the Mario comparisons. This was competition to Mario.
Yeah, it's really impossible to not compare it to Mario. It was Mario's rival before. Interestingly,
but let me clarify that for you. Only valid rival. I mean, we had numerous tries to beat the plumber. We had Bubsy. We had... I mean, yes, Bubsy existed. To those who do not believe, Bubsy existed. You also had Sony's attempt. You had Crash Bandicoot. You had Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, every console wanted to take their crack at getting into the mascot.
Not just consoles either. I mean, you had software developers basically saying, we want to make this because we want the buku bucks. to develop that that mascot. That's how we got. I think it was Naughty Dog who made Crash Bandicoot.
Mm-hmm. Woof, you just beat the drowning music.
I always beat the drowning music. Okay, be quiet, you. Yeah, you could probably say something on the matter. Don't. Just don't do it. Say no to drugs, kids. Say no to drugs. And
well,
talking bad about my Sonic playing.
Yeah, say no to drugs, because we are playing a 90s game, so we gotta go back to the 90s say no campaign.
I used to love those drug PSAs that came up on the Super Nintendo and Genesis. It's like, okay. And they were always on, like, beat-em-ups.
Beat-em-ups.
Say no to drugs, kids, but also kick everybody's butt in the game.
It reminds me of a Yu-Gi-Oh bridged quote. Bullying is just wrong. Crushing your enemies is A-okay.
Please tell me. I can't remember who said that. Please tell me it was Kaiba.
It was Yami. It was Yami Yugi.
Oh, that would have been perfect from Kaiba.
No, Kaiba had screw the rules. I have money.
Exactly. Well, then he also had the what was the green hair quote? Screw the rules. I have green hair. So many anime characters could actually use that as a justification. Look at Tenchi alone. I mean, screw the rules. I have purple hair. Screw the rules. I'm a bunny creature.
Yeah, what would anime be without its colorful hairstyles? Okay.
Very, very not unique anymore.
Gotta have blue hair.
Gotta have blue hair. Gotta have the orange hair. You gotta have it all. Otherwise, you just have a bunch of people with blonde and black hair, and that's just like regular everyday life. And
speaking of course blonde hair, no, Super Sonic does not appear in this game. Sonic does not go Super Saiyan just yet.
Dang it. And he has to make it up to, or he has to get ready to fight Kakarot. Oh, sorry, that was Vegeta. Never mind. We're gonna find the super secret Chaos Emerald that makes us Super Sonic in this game. I'm sorry, Goku. I mean Vegeta. I mean Sonic Vegeta.
Sonic Goku?
Sonic-Ku. I was actually kind of curious, Alex, are you interested in the new Sonic fan film that is supposed to be coming out by Eddie LeBron? Or have you not heard about it?
I heard about it. I don't really follow much in the way of fan films. They're pretty much, they're fan films.
See, I actually don't mind it too much. I actually saw the Eddie LeBron Mega Man, and it was really good. So I cannot wait for it to come out and give that a shot, especially since Jaleel White is coming back to play Sonic.
Oh, that's impressive for a fan film.
Especially considering, the most that Jaleel's got going for him is, well, what is it, a Sci-Fi Channel game show? Like Fear Factor or whatever?
Yeah, like the Sci-Fi's answer to Fear Factor.
I was, as soon as I saw Jaleel was part of that, I felt sad. And for some reason, Sonic wasn't willing to jump. The games, they're rebelling, Alex!
Yeah, this game's a little buggy at times, but it's got a lot of polish for a first-time title.
Yeah, it's, only got some bugs to it, but it's an entry title. So you kind of expect those, and eventually they do get fixed. If not in 2, then they get fixed in 3. Alright. We are invincible, but yet still can't breathe underwater. What crap, Sega?
But he can breathe in space.
Oh yeah, that's right, because, we have all these space fights. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, Sega.
Sega logic.
Sega logic is like every other bit of logic. There's a reason that the term Sierra logic was coined. Alright. And ignore the fact that Sonic can't apparently keep a ring to save his life.
Probably should grab the bubble. There you go. Survived Orbanaut and survived drowning.
Speedball for the twin lost? No, that was really
yeah,
Speedball. We don't get that till 2!
No, no spin dash yet.
So I gotta ask, Alex, do you actually like the spin dash in the 2D games, or do you like the 3D games better? Because I gotta say, I kind of like the 3D one better.
Still, 2D. I've never used it much in the 3D games, because there's really not much need between the homing attack, between the light dash, as far as the adventure titles go.
I think it was an interesting idea to have you home in on them so that you actually could create a platform with nothing there, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I don't think it ultimately was implemented to the best it could be. Alright, and here comes the trap.
The endless loop of doom. Oops.
And I missed it. Okay, that's alright.
I always get stuck here.
There we go. Everybody gets stuck. And for people who don't know what we're talking about, if I had actually gotten it, is you could actually end up in an endless loop, like I am right now.
Forever and ever.
It's like, when is the water slide gonna end? And it never does.
Beginner's trap, man.
Alright, let's see if I can actually find the alternate path here, because it actually is a little bit easier. And keeping my rings would also be a plus.
That would be absolutely wonderful.
It's platforming now. It's platforming. In this part of the level, you see the demon spawning of tails! Oh, sorry. Spoilers. Spoilers.
You've been reading creepypasta.
No, I'm just saying. Spoilers. Spoilers.
Because you mentioned demon tails, that instantly brought up the creepypasta story to me.
Nope, never heard of it, and that's okay. Once again, this is not a completionist run by any means.
No.
There really isn't a reason to be completionist about Sonic 1, at least in my understanding. Maybe we will consider completionist stuff for Sonic 2 or something like that, but right now it's just to have a good time.
Rings! 10 rings.
I think this is the right way, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, you should be going the right way. When in doubt, just go to the right.
But you can go left in a Sonic game. Why isn't that the way to go?
Because it's not.
Because this is not Nintendo here. Lord Shigeru does not rule over this. No, seriously. I have no problems with Shigeru Miyamoto. I love his creations and all that they are. But I also like Sonic. And I also think there are other good developers out there that need to get their due props.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example... And the name escapes me, the father of Mega Man! Oh, man! What's wrong with me? He left Capcom. Why won't they work on another Mega Man? This mental breakdown has been brought to you by... I love this route where I get like 2 invincibilities, yet they don't actually make it so I can breathe underwater.
Yeah, we've covered that.
Yeah. It still needs to be covered again.
Spring.
And I got a bubble just in case I lose range.
Ouch. That didn't last long.
Nope. It was all part of the plan. It's like dying to drowning, which is going to happen.
Oh, you're dead. Or the
I
spike ball can get you first.
Dang you, Water! You're not taking me!
Welcome back to Labyrinth Zone Act 3. We're failing.
It's okay. We're gonna make this work, Alex. We're gonna make it work, right? We should actually be pretty close to Robotnik about now, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I believe so. We out there.
And this is actually one of the more interesting ideas with Robotnik as far as boss battle, because it technically isn't one. You just have to survive, because he's trying to drown you. Like he is the rest of the entire zone. Why, Eggman? Robotnik, why?
Of course, another fun fact was this was almost the second stage.
Yeah, I mean, where Chemical Plant kind of worked for Sonic 2, not the case here. I think Labyrinth would have been a bad idea for a second zone. But that's me.
Yeah, it would have. That would have been an incredible difficulty spike.
Yes.
Don't think.
Especially since you were just barely getting used to the platforming, since Green Hill really doesn't teach that. It's more speed. They're trying to get you ready for the processing that is So Blast. Alright. Oh, and this should be the checkpoint boss, right?
Yes, that's right.
No!
Okay, go back. They do come back, fortunately.
You just have to trigger it. Oh, no!
Go back. Stay there for 5 seconds.
Take 2! Nice shower.
Okay, now you go.
Oh, for a second there, I thought I didn't make it. Okay.
And now you suddenly made me think of Sonic Adventure, where you can indeed take a shower.
You can, really?
There's in the casino zone, there's some showers, and the showers will turn on when you go stand under
I
them.
never knew that. I didn't think you could actually turn those things on. Oh, that's weird in a way, but okay.
No, Adam, that will not give you double shield power.
But I need the double shield!
We all do for this part, but it doesn't do it.
Alright, if I take it slow, guys, it's just simply because...
Sometimes it is one of those stages you kind of need to take your time on, even though the water's rising, but there's so much to knock you down, and if you fall, you're dead.
Like we said, the goal is survival in this fight, if you haven't done it before, and so that's really your priority. And there we go, lost the barrier, but I should be okay. Yeah, because there's the ridge. I should have totally let that run out. Scared the YouTube viewers. Alright, and we freed the nice little animals, and we are done with the Labyrinth Zone. We will be back in the next zone, 5 of 6, the Starlight Zone. We're going to take a quick break and put Alex at the helm again. Thanks again for watching, guys.